Welcome to BookLuv book reading class. Today, we shall learn more about the famous 5 book by Enid Blyton. The famous 5 are Julian, Dick, Anne, George, and Timmy the dog. They find excitement and adventure wherever they go. Aunt Fanny, Uncle Quentin, and the housekeeper Joanna are also present. Today's book is 5 on Finniston Farm. The famous 5 spend their summer holidays at Finniston Farm as paying guests. Upon arrival, they are greeted by the pleasant Mrs. Philpott and her identical twins, Henry and Harriet. The twins seem to take an instant dislike to the 5. The 5 also meet 2 fellow paying guests, Mr. Henning and his son, Junior. Mr. Henning plans to buy antique pieces from the farm and sell them in America. Mr. and Mrs. Philpott agree to sell their farm treasures as they need the money. However, the family's hot-tempered great-granddad feels the antiques should remain in there. Mr. Henning and Junior prove themselves a nuisance to the household by rudely ordering around Mrs. Philpott. Sympathetic to Mrs. Philpott, the 5 offer to help with farm chores. When Junior demands breakfast in bed, George teaches him a lesson, making him agree to not slave Mrs. Philpott thereafter. This wins the hearts of the Harrys and they make friends with the 5. Anne and George visit a nearby antique shop, owned by a Mr. Finniston, who tells them about a secret passage from Finniston Castle to an old chapel and cellars where royal treasure might be hidden. Together, they plan to hunt for the cellars on the farm. They come across the castle's kitchen midden and realize they are close to finding the treasure. Junior spies on them and rushes to break the news to his father and his father's friend Mr. 𝐸𝐻𝐡𝐢𝐬, who decide to excavate the castle site to find the fortune. Mr. and Mrs. Philpott consent to the excavation, much to the dismay of the children. The children dig around the site, hoping to beat the men in finding the treasure. But the children become trapped inside the tunnel when the entrance caves in. What happens next? Will Mr. and Mrs. Philpott sell their plot? Who will find the treasure first? To find out the answers, BookLuv suggests you get a copy of the book and start reading it. You can also reply in the comments below. You also click on the playlist to watch other important videos. Happy reading and goodbye. __________.